Hey everyone, so I am back again. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Raquel. I am a Vedic Sidereal Astrologer, and I talk about all kinds of things astrology. So today we're going to discuss the full moon taking place on April 23rd, 2024, in the star constellation of Libra at 10 degrees of Swati Nakshatra. It's a very important full moon, seen as it is following the total solar eclipse that we just had earlier this month. So let's delve in and find out, what can this full moon illuminate for us all? Full moons work in cycles. This full moon cycle will last from April 23rd till May 23rd. So the things that I'm going to discuss in this video can happen in that window of time. Now, this full moon is going to take place at 10 degrees of Libra. And Libra is a sign ruled by Venus, a planet of wealth, relationships, arts and entertainment, diplomacy, and harmony. Libra is the original seventh house, dealing with partnerships, as it is directly across from the first house. And if you don't know, the first house or your ascendant is you, your body, the self. And right across from there is the seventh house, your counterpart. The seventh house is often the house where we see your marriage or your business partners. Anyone you're dealing with directly is your seventh house. It's often dealing, though, with very intimate relationships. Nature of Venus is to be in peace and in harmony in relationships. So what will Libras often do is overcompensate and compromise to try to strike a deal or a balance that is fair to equal parts. And because of that, they're often getting the tagline that they are people pleasers. But it's only because they want that peace and harmony. The seventh house also signifies the marketplace. So if you are an entrepreneur, a business person, anyone who deals in sales, trades, stock markets, and listen up, because this could be definitely spotlighting these areas. I also mentioned arts and entertainment, but these areas can be highlighted during the full moon. Now, at the time of the full moon, Venus will be in Pisces, exalted, making it extremely powerful and potent. However, it's also hemmed or surrounded by malefics, and it's been there since the eclipse. And that's one of the first clues that we're going to get. Interesting enough, the day of that full moon, Mars will transit into Pisces, another malefic in the mix here. But it's also giving us a little bit of clues on what this full moon could manifest. The other interesting part of this equation is that the very next day, Venus will leave Pisces where it's exalted and go into Aries. So right there, we're getting a clue as to what is Venus doing? What's the story she's trying to share with us? She was exalted in Pisces. And mind you, Pisces is the 12th house. It's the endings, it's conclusion, it's losses. And Aries is the beginnings. So she's crossing over that path from ending, letting go, and beginning anew in Aries. So the day after. And so even though the full moon, she's in Pisces, we still want to understand what is the movement of this planet in that full moon cycle. One thing is very clear. Relationships will be going through very transformative or even ending situations. That's because Venus was part of that eclipse where Rahu was in Pisces, and Rahu and Ketu, the north and south node of the moon, bring about transformations. So we can see all those industries that I talked about, the art and entertainment, relationships, your partnerships, what be it romantic, professional, or personal, can go through a transformation. Full moons serve a very particular purpose, and it is to illuminate things, to bring to light, to bring to your awareness. And there was an interesting story that was going on with Venus in Pisces as she was hemmed around these malefics, sitting with a debilitated Mercury, inflated by Rahu, a malefic. In fact, Being surrounded by all these malefics puts Venus in a very challenging position. And in the months at the end of April and May, we're getting a clue that these transformations of the relationship may be the very end of them or having to change in a certain way to still be able to compromise staying in that relationship. Once again, personal or professional. We will also see that perhaps, wow, if you remember in my video that I was talking about for March, is being careful about the information that comes to you because there could be some deceit, some fraud, lies, deception taking place, things that we would see manifest more in April and quite possibly May. And from the looks of it, it's dragging on into May. So maybe some information comes your way that allows you to move forward from where you're at. Maybe some endings need to happen because new beginnings are ready to be birthed. I find it very interesting that the new moon happening in May is in Brahmi, and that is in Aries. And it is the sign of the vulva where we birth anew. So beginnings are coming, but first we must close the chapters to things that need to end, things that we have to let go of. Jupiter will be right across from this full moon. And while that does give benevolence and could really bolster up this full moon, shining the light even brighter, what it may reveal may not be as pleasant as you may want it to be, but it will be honest and it will be true. And Jupiter deals with law and justice, and so does Libra. And so a lot could be said that karma is ready to manifest. Balancing the scales will be occurring. Jupiter is also grace in its benevolence. So if you're in something that you're being lied to, or there's an uneven power balance, or just some other fuck shit going on, Jupiter could be a blessing to you in disguise by revealing the truth and allowing you to rectify the balance on that, either by letting go or making the changes necessary to improve the dynamic of that relationship or any situation that is out of balance in your life. Now, Venus's movement into Aries will join the Sun and Jupiter. And here are some clues also to let us know, but why? Aside from Mercury being deceptive as hell and like just not allowing us to fully think properly, making poor decisions, not speaking the truth, not having miscommunications, Venus is joining the sun, and the sun combusts Venus, meaning that it's going to break down the very nature of Venus. And therefore, if Venus is about compromising and balance, the sun is about the self and the ego. And here we understand where is this power balance happening. And it's often due to the unevenness where people are being either potentially selfish and egocentric, not allowing true equality to happen. And so that has a lot to do with what's happening in April and May, is that struggle and that fight between what should we do versus what do I want in my way. So there's going to be a bumpy road, okay? We'll also be learning more about the stock market and the economy and Hollywood scandals and everything else, but I'll come back and give you more information regarding what's taking place in May, especially with that major transit that's going on with Jupiter moving into Taurus. Keep in mind that the eclipse will also be manifesting its results, especially that initial 40 days after. So definitely from April going into May, we should see a lot of transformations and changes, a lot of information coming out. And it will be running, that eclipse energy will be running all the way into the next one come September and October of this year. So for now, that's what I have for you. Until next time, many blessings to you all.